a applause break in the new Block special is I go, I've never been lonelier than in a relationship I didn't want to be in. and people are like, yeah. It gets like a slow roller, like,
that's
ooh.
Good. That's good. That's so good. That's so true.
Yeah, because I'm single, not married, don't kids, and it's like, do I get lonely? Yeah, but you're also
not miserable.
Yeah, and I know a lot of lonely married people.
Yeah, there's a great quote somebody said once, I'd rather be alone than wish I was alone.
Yeah, yeah. It's like alone has its problems.
Yeah.
But it's very manageable.
It's certainly much more manageable than being in a shit relationship. Because if you're alone, you can meet someone nice.
Uh-huh.
But if you're in a shit relationship and you can't get out, you living together.
And if you meet somebody nice, you got to call a lawyer, Joe.
Oh, no. And you got your bills all tied up together. And maybe, you're not married, but you did buy the house together. Like, oh, God. Oh, God.
I had a girlfriend move in with me, and somebody goes, mark the date down. And I was like, why? And they go, because California common law says that if you live together for 7 years, you're basically married.
Oh, my God.
And he goes, it just happened to so-and-so 2 days after 7 years.
2 days after 7 years, they got hit?
Yep.
Wow.
Not married.
Maybe you should have like a clock, like one of those digital clocks, like the
countdown.
The debt countdown.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
just count down to 7
baby,
years.
we got to get the fuck out of here.
5 years in, you're like, oh, I'm getting a little itchy.
Yeah.
This is dangerous.
Yeah. So
what happened with this friend? Did someone file oh boy. Looking for a big payday.
And I think they got it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's just stealing money from people.
It's another thing that's in the new special where I say it's like relationships are reliant on like this is a shared thing. And then at a certain point they go, I've been pretending. And then you have to look through it and try to figure out when they were pretending and when they weren't. And then you just have to accept like, oh, this might have all been a grift. And I've seen it. It's happened to me, and not for money, like, or not a lot of money. And I've seen it happen to guys I know with a lot of money, and they get.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, people that look at someone who's got money and you act like a predator. And you get close to them, and you pretend you like them, and you date them, and you fuck them. It's like a very high level of prostitution.
Yeah,
that people engage in.
It's like to me, it has a lot more to do with sociopathy.
Oh, it does. Yeah, for sure.
It's like, what did you do?
But then you've also got the ego of the guy who thinks this like.
I earned it fair and square.
Bomb ass 30-year-old woman is into him.
I always got hot chicks, bro.
That's on you, stupid. Like, look at that. Look at this. Of course, this isn't a fair fight.
Well, that's whenever I'm on dating apps, I just go, have I ever dated someone who looks like this? Like in this area of hotness? And if I have, then I'll like them.
That's a good move.
But if they're way, I'm like, there's no point. I wouldn't trust them.
That's so rational.
I don't trust you, lady.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be. You're here for the wrong reasons.
I do really enjoy when I see those couples, though, of like this aged, fucking decrepit man and this bomb-ass wife. I love that
Louis
story.
had a fucking great joke about it. Louis' most recent special, incredibly good. The one before that, excellent. But he had a joke about getting you're old, you got money, we get together for a couple years, I die, you keep the change. It was so fucking funny.
That's a great line.
Keep the change. But that doesn't bother me. Like,
no, it doesn't bother me at all.
That's a fair, everyone knows what's happening.
Yeah.
He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
She knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Everyone who sees them knows what's happening. It's when they could be very high status and get a lot of good-looking girls, high status women, and then they were in it they were just lying.
Yeah.
And there's nothing nothing you can do about it.
Not a
and then
damn
they
thing.
can add the women can add the resentment to it. Like, you knew I didn't care. What I did it, and they can justify it in their own heads because, like, you made me wait and I did it. I would rub your feet and just all this shit of like, lady, I thought you meant it.
It was a job.
Yeah.
It's a long hit.
Yeah.
It's a long financial hit.
Yeah.
And that's men are vulnerable to that, but so are women. A lot of older women. Young guy comes along, fitness trainer. Hey, baby, doesn't Cher have like a 35-year-old boyfriend?
I hope so.
I think she does. Good for her.
Yep.
But for some reason that bothers people more than when the old man gets fucked over.
It bothers people.
When
Wow.
Yeah, he's young.
36. I think it said he's 36.
How old is she now?
70.
He looks like a discount Chris Brown.
By the way, that's her real hair color.
What?
What? It said 40-year age gap. Yeah, she's 76.
Wow, good for her.
Cher
Good
was like
for
a good. Cher was a good cultural thing.
Why does she have to defend the 40-year age gap? Who gives a fuck? He's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Why does anybody give a shit? Like, once someone's in their 30s,
Yeah.
like, why would you give a shit?
Well, I think when they do it, when it's an older man and it's a younger woman, it assumes that women are feeble. It's like old. It's like old. It's like Elizabethan fucking like, will a man? It's some of it shows some of the Me Too stuff where they go, he used his power. All right, okay. Do I have power? When do I have power? When don't I have power?
Yeah.
I don't. But it's just nosy and gossipy. It's like when people get mad that DiCaprio's not married.
Right, and that his girlfriends are always 25.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah,
That's what he likes.
If it was a 25-year-old guy and a 40-year-old woman, no one would care.
No, they'd love it. You go, girl.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, doesn't that Kate Beckinsale